had the honor of coaching our next inductee as part of our softball program in the late 2000s. And I say coaching because it was really more collaborative, as she came to Chapman with a very sound and mature approach and knowledge to hitting. And we spent a lot of time having conversations and exchanging ideas more than I actually was directive toward her, but I truly enjoyed it. She was an excellent all-around athlete on the diamond, an extremely driven student. Please watch this video tribute to Erin Dudzinski, softball student athlete from the class of 2009.
Erin is reliable.
Erin's a very passionate, hardworking individual.
Erin is a fierce, fiery, and loyal friend.
One word that describes Erin for me is muffin.
Erin is probably one of the boldest and most fearless people I know, and that definitely, not only showed on during our Chapman softball years together, but in other avenues of life.
If you have to choose one of those players who has the game in their hands at bottom of the last inning, she's the one, whether it's her at bat or whether, it's us on defense trying to get the last out, if the ball's hit to her, she's going to do, something magical with it. If she needed to lay down the bunt, she would do it. But if you needed a walk-off home run, she was equally capable.
She was never phased. She didn't care who was pitching, what team we were playing. It was all the same for her. I was in there studying the batting lineup, the pitches, what they've done in the past. She did not care. She showed up, she played. It didn't matter who was pitching, how they pitched. She knew what she needed to do, and she did it.
Her fundamentals, her mechanics were spot on. She could lay down a bunt, beat it out, just a little thing. And being a leadoff hitter, she hit a lot of home runs for us. So she's probably one of the best leadoff hitters that we've had in my many years of career here.
She can take a ball, off the ground or in the air, and she just had this two-step crow hop, and she could throw anybody out from anywhere. So I think she's that player.
Just an incredible outfielder, just would make so many amazing jaw-dropping plays out there. And then she was such a dependable hitter too. She could get up there and do exactly what she needed to do. Yeah, and playing leadoff, you're expected to get on base and be fast. And
our senior game was pretty epic for me, and I know every year she sends me the photo from that day, and I was on base, and Erin was batting, and I think we had a walk-off of somehow. She hit a double, and I don't know if I was the one who scored, but I was definitely out on base, and when the game ended, it was just Erin and I. So we were the last two left. We were the two seniors. It was our last family game, and it was just she came running to me and jumped in my arms, and it was just, I think about that all the time.
Gosh, she's just so spunky and energetic, and it's impossible to not have a smile on your face when Erin's around, because she's either going to say something hilarious or do something absolutely crazy, but she just really is that spark in life.
Just fun that here we were in this, blip in time on the Chapman softball field, and now it's turned into this really beautiful relationship between our families, and that her and Brad have done. Her and Brad, their last name is Mountain because they would move mountains to do anything for the people they love.
Off the field, Erin has really been a support system for me. No matter what's going on, I can just show up at their house. Her and her husband, Brad, have been just huge for me in my life, especially these last 5 years. And she's just consistent. She's a consistent person. She knows what she wants, and she's just a boss. It's nice to surround yourself with people who are like that.
Congratulations, Erin. E. Diddy. Awesome center fielder, hitter, leadoff batter. We enjoyed your time here. You deserve every bit of this. Congratulations again, and we love you.
E. Diddy, you did it. There's no one more deserving. I'm not surprised at all. And, I hope today you just feel that pat on the back. And you deserve it because you supported all of us through it, and you were a great example as a leader, and I couldn't be happier for you.
Erin, congratulations. You are a legend, both in Chapman history and in the lives of the Rutkin-Mazio family. We love you. This is so tremendously deserved, and I could not be more proud to be your friend. Congratulations and enjoy this special moment.
Erin, you're a boss, you're a badass, you deserve this so much, and I'm so proud of you.
Erin, congratulations. You know, when you think in softball and baseball, a leadoff batter, right? A leadoff batter, there's certain expectations, right? Someone that sets the tone, someone that their on-base average is going to be pretty good, someone that has wheels and can advance. And you heard Coach Janet Lloyd say that one of the best in her career is coaching at that. And she has, obviously, the records. The most doubles in Chapman history, second in steals. The records are off the charts, so congratulations. The other thing, and by the way, E. Diddy, love that nickname, love it. Erin, if you notice in the program, something she wrote for her bio, which I think is important, and this is what we do at Chapman, especially Division III. She wrote in there that on the diamond, these life lessons in her profession today, she learns how to lead with grit, and she learns how to overcome setbacks with grace. Erin, fantastic, love that stuff. All right, here's what we're going to do. So there was a play on words with your teammate, I think it's Kara or Kara, and she said that you move mountains here at Chapman, in your family, and in your profession. And I want you to know, Erin, you have achieved the pinnacle of this mountain here with the Chapman University Athletic Hall of Fame. Please join me in welcoming the newest member into the Chapman University Athletic Hall of Fame, Erin Dudzinski. E. Diddy.
Move this down for a short person. Brian, thank you for breaking the ice with crying. I'm going to try and keep it together up here too. But super surreal. I honestly don't even know where to begin except to say thank you. Thank you to Chapman. Thank you to the Hall of Fame committee and to everyone who's been a part of this journey. This is such an incredible honor. But it's not just mine. It belongs to my amazing support system of friends, family, teammates, and coaches who have been with me every step of the way. As a parent now, my 2-year-old son Griffin and my 10-month-old daughter Murphy, I see a lot of things differently now, and I realize the sacrifices that went into my softball journey. And standing here tonight, it feels like all those deposits that people made in me over the years have finally compounded into this incredible honor. How's that for a little Chapman education action in there? I grew up in a tiny Santa Cruz mountain town called Ben Lomond and started playing softball when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, back when sliding pads were longer than your legs and visors were the height of fashion. My little sister, Allie, she probably deserves an award of her own. She spent much of her childhood at the ball fields, known for her impressive Polly Pocket collection, which, let's be honest, was my parents' way of bribing her to get there. And so thank you, Allie, for being the ultimate sideline sibling. And my mom, where do I even start? The ultimate team mom, chauffeur, cheerleader, snack packer, and emotional support human. There were countless days where she'd drive me to multiple games or practices or tournaments across town and then still have the energy to cheer her heart out. Fun fact, my mom was indeed my biggest fan, and if there was a Hall of Fame award for how many times that someone got ejected from games because they didn't agree with the umpire's call, she would actually be the one up here tonight. So, Mom, thank you for your tireless dedication and support and for always being in my corner. I wouldn't be up here today if it weren't for you. And Dad, my first and forever coach, you not only made it to every single game, but you also captured every game on film. It's actually quite impressive, actually. You should see the array of camcorders that we've had as a family growing up, and actually I think most of them should be archived or put somewhere as a historical artifact. And then there were the inventions. So we talked a lot about my hitting. So my dad, he didn't just coach, but he engineered his coaching. He turned our front yard into a hitting drill science experiment. There was a 2x4 balance beam that he'd created, and he'd have me stand on it. He'd have me swing a rubber hose to make sure that I was snapping my wrists in the right way. He strung a rope with wiffle balls so that I had a smooth swing. If there was a crazy contraption to make me better, my dad built it. And weirdly enough, it worked, because I think my batting averages certainly was a reflection of that. So thank you, Dad. But my dad wasn't just my coach. He became coach to so many little girls who had big dreams like I did. It was always giving back to our community. For example, just after the 1996 Olympics, this was the first year ever that women's softball was in the sport, and our women's team brought home the gold that year. Somehow, my dad managed to get several players from that Olympic team to come run a full-day clinic in our tiny town. This was like the golden era of softball. And what's also so special about this is we're also honoring our championship women's softball team here tonight, who played around the exact same time. What a big moment for women's sports. So, yeah. So I'm so grateful that we're able to honor that and reflect all of that hard work then on this special night. Fast forward to Texas when my family moved to Austin, and I joined a travel team called the Austin Silver Travelers. Basically, we were the Sandlot of softball teams. We had one of my all-time favorite coaches. His name was Kelly Christian, and he was a little bit redneck, a little bit genius, but 100% heart. He'd often get ejected from games alongside my mom. And then he'd go into the outfield and he'd call pitches using the headlights, 1 blink for fastball, 2 blinks for changeup. Completely unorthodox, but completely legendary at the same time. And then came Chapman. I would be remiss if I first didn't start with Hart Park, which was a rite of passage for us players. And if you played on it, you know. If you could field a ball at Hart Park, you could field a ball anywhere. And everyone who played on Hart Park, I think, deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award, in my opinion. From the moment I stepped on Chapman's campus, I felt at home. The friendships I made here are more than friendships. They're family ships. My teammates and I literally grew up together. These women made me better on and off the field, and I'm so grateful that I get to reconnect with many of them here tonight. I love you all. And then to my amazing Chapman coaches, Janet, aka J-Lo, thank you for believing in me and creating just a true home for us here at Chapman. You're the heart and soul of this program, and its success is obviously a reflection of your love and dedication. You've changed so many lives, including mine, so thank you. And then Doug, aka Dougie Fresh. I can still hear you yelling, "Let's go, E!" from the sidelines. You pushed us to take risks, to hustle hard, to believe in ourselves. You were the true behind-the-scenes MVP, from all those early mornings on the field to late nights keeping everything running. The fact that you still check in with your players all these years later, it really says a lot about you and who you are, and you are so appreciated. And then there's Monica, aka Mon, my ride or die Audi coach. As an adult, I see just how much you gave for us, spending your free nights and weekends after your normal day job as an educator, coaching a bunch of college girls with big dreams. You broke down the mechanics, ran drills, you poured your heart into this team, and your sacrifices don't go unnoticed, so thank you for everything. And finally, Greg, aka Gregors, our strength and conditioning coach and all-around humbler of college athletes. Mondays with you after a long college weekend were brutal, but we're better for it, physically, mentally, and also spiritually as well. So thank you for pushing us, believing in us, and dedicating so much of your life to this program. And finally, to my friends and family here tonight, thank you. Thank you for every mile you drove, every game you sat through, every pep talk, hug, sacrifice along the way. I truly wouldn't be standing here without you. I would love to give a special shout out to my husband and his family. Even though they didn't know me during my playing days, they've definitely seen me play thanks to my dad's extensive videography collection. Y'all should have seen the highlight reel my dad made for our rehearsal dinner at our wedding. ESPN wishes they had that kind of coverage. And I'll never forget the first time I was invited back home to my husband's grandfather's house for a family picnic. They started up a wiffle ball game. Again, not knowing anything about my past. And even though I was wearing a dress and cowboy boots that day, I couldn't resist to join in. So I took to the mound. My husband's 90-year-old grandfather stepped up to the plate. I had no mercy on this poor man. I let it rip. And I'm pretty sure that's the moment that Brad's grandfather turned to him and said, "Son, you need to marry that girl." And here we are. So thank you, Granddad, for letting me bring a little bit of that competitiveness back and giving the Mountain family a little taste. So in closing, just being inducted into the Hall of Fame is such an incredible honor. But it's not about the stats or the trophies. It's about the people, the ones who lifted me up, who believed in me when I doubted myself, who made countless sacrifices, who loved me through the highs and the lows, and who made every part of this journey possible. So this honor isn't just mine, it's ours. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Have a good night.